Hello learners, welcome to Triaright. Now moving forward in runtime infection of classes, we have the different methods and classes where we'll be learning right now here in this part. So coming further in reflection basic recap, we have seen that reflection allows inspection and manipulation of Java code at runtime using the class which has generic type and question mark, which is a collection of classes and interface. This is a collection of classes and interface here. This is a collection of classes and interface. Yeah. And now methods, field, and constructor. At the runtime, they will provide manipulations of Java code at the runtime by for using method, fields, and constructor. Now to get declared, declared method and get different methods. Get declared method and get methods. Now, moving to the runtime inspection of classes and method, we have to load a class and inspect the method metadata. We have to first load the class and similarly we'll inspect different metadata. For here we will be loading this class. This is in class, which is a collection of this class. We will be loading a class. We will be loading this class, and we will performing class for class dot for name demo. This will be a class present in this class, and we have to perform the name for this, and we have to perform different inspection for this. Now, print class name. We will be printing the class name for this. System.println class dot gets name. It will provide the class name for it. This method will provide class dot class name. It will be providing the class name for this class. For this class, there are this collection of different classes. Yeah, so it will be providing the collection, the name of the different classes present here. For checking the annotation on classes, check for annotation on class. For this, we will be writing if class is annotation present. Class is annotation present. Info dot class for info of the classes present in that annotation. We will be providing checking for the different classes present in this class. So we will be writing info dot class. Info annotation here. Info annotation equals class dot get annotation. Info dot class. They will be providing annotations for information in annotation for this class annotation. And system.out.println author. The author of this will be printed by author.annotation.author. We will be printing the author by annotation.author this tag. Yeah. Now moving forward, we have the inspect method and their annotation. We have to inspect various method and their annotations also. For inspecting the method, we will be writing the method open and close of square braces followed by the method. This says that this method is of type method, and this class dot get declared methods. It will declare the different methods present in that class. It will declare the different methods present in there. And for methods, for all the methods of the method type of the method type which is present in the methods, these methods will be printed here by the methods dot get name. These methods will be printed here by the method dot get name function method. Yeah, function here is if method is annotation present. If method dot annotation if annotation about the method is present, info this information will be provided here and into the info dot class. This info dot class info of the type info. This info of the type info. This info of the type info. Yeah, this info of the type info method dot get annotations. It will provide us the different annotations of the different methods present in this class. Yeah. Now coming further, we have the printing line which states the author of this method, author of this method, and the versions of this method. Info dot author. For that we will printing the author plus info dot author method, and further we will presenting the versions of them by the info dot versions. Now when we want to invoke methods reflectivity, we will be doing it here. We will be checking how to do that. Yeah. For class method, for the method class that are present dynamically, we'll be making object of the type object of the type object. We will be declaring by classes dot get declared class structure. We'll be declaring this class dot get declared constructors. These declared constructors to the new instances. The new instances are present there. we will be providing the different class that are present declared constructed and the new instances that can be found. And with this method of the type method, this method of the type method. For that, we will be assigning it by class.declared method. We will be assigning it to the declared method that is test. That is the declared method that is of test. Then we finally will be method.invoke. Finally, that methods will be invoked. Finally, those methods will be invoked by methods.invoke of object. For those method of object, for invoking those method, we'll be writing the method.invoke and passing object to them and passing the object which we created here, and passing all those objects here. Finally, we will get the output of that to test method. Finally, we will be getting the output as test method. Now, combining this with annotation check to invoke our annotated methods. Combining this with the annotations check to invoke only annotated methods. Now use classes in real world example. Now how to use? Now we will be using these classes in real world example. Suppose we have a framework and use of the annotation and reflections. Spring. This spring is a framework, and the annotations and reflections for that then we can state that dependency injections via auto-add or component. The dependency injection is auto-add and at the rate of component. That J for the J unit framework, we are using the test detection using at the rate of test. For test, we are using test detection by applying at the rate of test. Then coming on to this Hibernate, ORM, or we will be using ORM with at the rate of entity and column, etc. Will be ORM with at the rate of entity and at the rate of column, etc. Now for this JSON framework, we're using JSON in its serialization with JSON property, serialization with at the rate of JSON property. We're using JSON with serialization at the rate of JSON property. The pros and cons of here are as follows. The pros states that it enables flexible metadata-driven development. They enables flexible metadata-driven development. Now they are useful for framework tools testing DI. They are useful for framework tools and testing DI. The cons reflect that reflection can be slow and unsafe. The reflection can be slow and unsafe. Breaks encapsulation. If you have to reply, you have to encapsulate them with the breaks. You have to encapsulate. The encapsulation is provided with the breaks, and harder to debug and maintain. They are harder to debug and maintain. Finally, we have studied here the annotations and metadata, and the reflection. This reflection lets us read and act on that metadata at runtime. We will be having the annotations and metadata, and these reflections let us read and act on the metadata and runtime. With runtime inspection, we can build dynamic tools like framework and utilities, and use wisely. If we will use wisely, these reflections can be powerful, but misuse can cause consistent headaches, as they will provide us various errors in the code. Now, coming to the end of the class, we will meet in the next class. We will meet up in the next class. Thanks.